how we do things. Okay, you see it's a recording, Pablo. I do sometimes put it on YouTube or Instagram or something when we have something great to talk about.
If you can, I mean, see if you can, because I'm building my brand too, so I'm getting gears and all that stuff, recording small installs and all that stuff. If you can share that with me, and I can
absolutely. Not only that, but if you're ready to hire, you're going to send me an email. Jeff, it's Pablo. What's up? Even if it's 6 months from now, I did a coaching call 6 months ago. I'm hiring. Can you put it on the channel? Here's my information. Dude, I mean, I have thousands and thousands of people looking. And so what happens is, hey, I've got someone in Florida hiring. If you're looking for a job in Pensacola, Florida, or wherever it is, reach out to me. They'll DM me. I'll do as much research for you as possible. Find out what because sometimes you can't ask those questions. In California, I can't, for example. So I usually try to make sure, hey, are you a good fit? I want to introduce you to someone. I don't get anything out of it. That's just, the channel doing its job connecting. Anyway. All right. But I said, sometimes if we have a good conversation, you might end up being famous on my channel. So, okay. So look, you're an electrician. I'm an electrician.
Okay.
We're both in the United States. So voltage code is all the same. So we already have the same language, right? We're already speaking one
language.
If we're talking about pricing, which looks like it's your number one question right now, there's two universal questions that I have to ask you if I need to give you a price, or you would have to ask me if I was your employee and I'm at the job site. You would have to ask, no matter who you are, where you are, what you are doing, if you are an electrical contractor and you want to give a price to me, because I'm in front of the customer, you're in the office, like my business, right? I don't go out in the field anymore. Think about this. Hey, Pablo, it's Jeff. I'm at Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so's house. They want to install 10 recessed lights, add a dedicated circuit for an EV charger in the garage. I need to get a price, Pablo. What are the two? You might ask 20 questions, but there are two questions you have to ask me to give me a price, or at least to give me a number. Think about that for a second. What are those two questions? Okay, Jeff, you're at the customers. Question number one would be what? To do this job, what's the question you have to ask to give me a price?
If I have to, so a question that I have to ask, you being the customer?
No, me being your employee. So again, let's flip it. Let's say you, right now, where you're at, you call me and you say, hey, Jeff, it's Pablo. You work for me. I'm not there. I don't have my phone, so we can't video call anything. Hey, Jeff, I'm at this person's house, which is where you are now. I want 4 recessed lights and I need to run an EV charger. And you're asking me to give you a price. Gotcha. What are the two questions I have to ask you and write down so I can give you a price? There's two number one questions. After that, it's extra.
So I would say, how long do you think it's going to take?
Bam. Absolutely. See, we're electricians. And second?
Well, I could say, how long do you think it's going to take? And what else I could say?
4 recessed lights. I got an EV charger. And maybe we're going to dig a ditch and run some power to the shed. What's the second question? The first one is absolutely. How long is your job going to take and how many people? I need to know the hours, right? I need to know what I'm going to build. What's the second question you're going to ask me?
Well, okay, I could tell you, if.
Okay, let's stop there for a second. You're the boss. I'm working for you. You just said, Jeff, how long is it going to take? Well, Pablo, it's going to take 2 guys, 2 days.
Gotcha.
Can you give me a price yet? No, you still are missing something. What else?
Material.
Thank you. I know I put you on the spot, but you got it.
Yeah.
So we stop right there and think about that for a second. That's a universal language, correct? Between you and me. It's a non-given, you don't have to think about it. I don't care if I'm coaching someone in Texas or Alaska. Those are the two. Now, remember I said you have 10 questions. Hey, Jeff, is the working area clean? How are the customers? Are they a pain in the butt? Is there any animals we have to watch for? Are we going to get bit by a dog? Do we have to, this? Is there a tenant? You can ask a million questions. How hard was the drive? Because I know it was up a hill. Those are all going to factor into your price, right? Oh yeah, Pablo, man, this job is going to be 3 days because, it's 2.5 hour drive just to get up here, whatever. But the first two questions, no matter what, are okay. If we know that those are the two questions and you put those in a way that you, not only you are going to understand, Pablo, but you could teach it to your guys, not because you're worried, oh, if I teach them, they're going to just leave me and do it on their own. Who cares? They're going to do it anyway. Trust me.
Yeah.
But if you can teach them to know how to price, to know how to give a quote, you realize what that does for you as an owner?
Yeah, you make money. You make money when you sleep. You know, they make money for you.
Thank you. I love it, brother. This is it. We're doing the 360 electrician system here. Now, listen, I'm not the only one that does it. I'm sure other people have thought of this, but I think of it as very, very simple. I don't bill hourly, okay? But I have to know how much I need to charge hourly, because to get a daily labor rate, to know how much you have to charge per day, because I'm sorry, when your guys wake up and clock in to clock out, whether they're working or not working, producing or not producing, you got to pay them an 8-hour day. So you got to charge your client an 8-hour day, whether you like it or not. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now, it's okay if you do daily, because guess what? I bill half day, full day. Usually it's never, you know, there's never, except if it's a service call, $199, $299, $399. Otherwise, if it takes more than 3 hours, I'm automatically at a half day, or if it takes more than 5 hours, I'm automatically at a full day. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So once we know that number, this is the beauty of it. You're an electrician. If you came to my house, you've never been here before, but I'll tell you, I have an attic, I have a crawl space, I've got a panel, and I want to add 10 recessed lights. And I want to put an EV charger in the garage. My panel's in the garage 20 feet away. When you walk into my house, how long realistically is it going to take you to look and say, this is a 2-day job by myself? Pretty fast, I'm assuming, with your experience, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I would agree, because if you ask me, I could go up to probably $20,000 and bid it right there on the spot and not even worry about it. Residential, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 luxury home. I could probably bid it on the spot. You could do square footage. You could do this. You could get an idea. Commercial's a little harder, switch gears a little harder, specialty lighting's a little harder. I get it. But 90% of our calls are going to be those service calls. Give them a price, get out the door, get your money. We want to make sure we make money. So here's the thing. So if I teach you what your daily labor rate is, and you understand it, because we're going to go through it really quick tonight, you're going to understand it. You're going to say, oh yeah, 2 weeks from now, you're not calling me for coaching again. Because guess what? You have this video and you're going to say, oh yeah, I have to put this under this or this area. And that way you'll know what your price is. Anyway, let's just say we did your pricing and we came up with one person. You have a helper by that right now, or are you by yourself?
Basically by myself. When the jobs are getting a little bit harder,
you can get a helper. You have someone to help you out.
Exactly. But most likely now it's just myself dealing with it, because you know, like they don't, like, it's kind of like, because I didn't have the license, the GC doesn't pay me as much.
Yeah.
So, but I still get piecework. So if I move fast,
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's go through your pricing really quick, because I want to get you what your hourly rate should be. Now, don't tell me. I don't want to know. This is the thing about coaching. If you tell me, I can make anything magically appear on paper. So don't tell me the number, but you have a number that you want to charge as an electrical contractor right now, correct? For one man, 1 hour. You have an hourly rate?
Hourly rate for a man, 1 hour?
Yeah, don't tell me what it is. But right now, if you came to my house and you knew it was a 5-hour job, do you have an hourly rate? Could you say, Jeff, this is what I charge an hour? Even though I don't want you to, but do you have an idea what you're charging right now, or what you're going to charge, or no?
Yeah, the hourly rate will be an electrician.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me the number. You kind of slipped it out there, but the number you gave me was an average. I didn't want you to tell me, because I told you we're going to go through and make sure that you understand why you're going to charge that number. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's start with number one. The first and foremost thing is when you become a business and you are actually hiring, because I'm assuming you're going to hire. You're not doing this just for yourself, correct? Perfect. So how does, by the way, the name of your company is what?
Is so I have to build a new company name, because let me explain. So I've been operating as a sub with an LLC, but because I was operating without a license under their license, I had to open a new company, basically a new name, a new LLC. But
but who cares? The phone number is going to be the same.
Yeah.
What's the name of it now?
All-in-one electrical solution.
Okay. So then just change it to
Repairs and installation. I'm gonna put all-in-one repairs and installation, or installation, something
well,
like that.
all-in-one electrical solutions is a very long name. To put that on
right?
the shirt, put it on there. You need to narrow that down.
Okay. All-in-one
yeah.
repairs.
No, I would be all-in-one electrical. Done.
All-in-one electrical.
All-in-one electrical.
Okay.
Yeah, if they'll let you. They might not let you because the solutions is there, but if they don't, just change it. But whatever, you make it, try to make it small. Mine, it's your logo too. Don't forget, everything on social media these days and on phones and everything, the logos are now put into a round box. They're not square. So make sure when you do it, like all in one, make your logo somehow look,
split it up the word so it don't have to be.
I got a guy that says Robert Smith, electrical service and contracting. Oh my gosh, try to put that on your Facebook page.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Just put all in one electrical with a lightning bolt. You're set. It looks great. Okay. Don't be afraid to copy someone's logo a little bit, like A1 sauce. I'm joking, but like A1, all in one, anything you could find, something like that kind of people already kind of recognize. All right. Okay, so the first thing, all in one electrician. How are you gonna make money? How are you gonna get a check from me and I'm a customer? What's the way we do that?
What do you mean?
What do you do for me? Yeah, like, okay, you want a check from me, right? I'm a client.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve you. Do the work.
Thank you. You're gonna do electrical work, right?
Electrical work, yes.
Without doing the work, ain't nobody paying. I don't do the work, but somebody's got to do the work in my company. So who is that person? Who's the top? Who's the guy? Without that guy, there's no work.
Yeah,
journeyman. That's you.
The journeyman, the guys that experience in the field.
I want you to write journeyman or electrician, either or. I would write electrician. Okay. Now, Pablo, you also are going to have a lot of hats, right? You know how they say, "Oh, I wear a lot of hats." You are the electrician. That's your hat because you don't have another one right now. Okay. Later on, when I talk about hats, you're going to give up your electrician hat when you become me. Because I'm not an electrician anymore, even though I am, because I'm not doing the electrical work. So that hat I took off. Okay.
Gotcha.
So what goes along with that hat? You got to pay an electrician to do the work, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens with me, by the way, is let's just say before when I did the job myself, how much are we paying an electrician in Florida right now? A good rate. What are you going to pay an electrician when you hire him, you think? Hourly.
25 or 30, something like that. Like
you give me the number. You want 25 or you want 30?
I could say 27. Let's put 27 bucks. $27.
I would rather have you round up or round down. It's okay. You don't have to worry.
25.
It's only
25.
Okay. All right, perfect. Because everything we do, we're going to round up eventually. Okay, 25. You think you can find a good electrician for 25? Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Number one out of our 5, I want you to write electrician. I want you to write $25. Got it?
Okay. Yep.
Number 2, as soon as you and I decided to go into business, it wasn't a big deal when we were a sole proprietor. You want to know why? Sole proprietor, whatever money you make, whatever you spend, the taxes are all on you. There's no real deductions. It is what it is. But as soon as you actually hire an employee more than anything else, somebody says, aha, I got a new partner and I want my money. Who's that?
They're the states. Yeah.
Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, baby.
Sam. Yeah.
Put down Uncle Sam for number 2. Okay. Under Uncle Sam, I want you to write A, B, C, D, and maybe E. Sam, you don't have any employees right now, so you don't know what Uncle Sam is going to cost you, but I'm going to help you with that. But the biggest thing I'm doing is giving you the blueprint. So later, whatever numbers I give you, I'm giving you numbers that are an average of probably Montana and California, because Florida is a red state, so it's going to be less taxes. But it's also like California in a lot of ways because you have some areas that are going to be expensive, right?
Yep.
So great, everything might be cheap on this side or labor might, but then you have costs that are expensive. So I think it's probably a good in-between. Okay,
gotcha.
So as soon as you have Uncle Sam, that means Uncle Sam to me doesn't mean your taxes, doesn't mean your anything. It means anything to do with an employee. not only about paying payroll taxes and stuff like that, but also payroll expenses, software you need to pay your payroll, workers' comp insurance, all those things. Okay. So I want you to write Uncle Sam, put it in parentheses, only for employee. Because if you don't have an employee, you really don't have Uncle Sam, is what I'm trying to tell you, right? Think about it. You didn't do payroll. You didn't pay payroll taxes. You didn't pay workers' comp. You didn't pay unemployment insurance. So that's what we're getting right now. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. You're following along. No problem so far.
Yep. No
Great.
problem.
For Uncle number A, I automatically put payroll taxes.
Okay. And a letter A, Uncle.
Yep,
Okay.
letter A, payroll taxes. Yep. I honestly, I'm not going to know what it's exactly going to be in Florida, but if I do it based on Montana, I want to say you're going to be at probably 13%. So you're going to be at $3.25. We're going to round it up to $4.
Okay.
Yep. These are all hourly. Okay, remember that. We're doing hourly so that we can get our daily, right? We're going to multiply by 8. We're going to get our daily. But the reason I want you to get hourly too is, come on, you and I know you're going to go to a job and go, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to bid this. Hey, customer, I'm X an hour. You know, you got to get the number. So you need to know hourly, but you don't want to charge hourly. The reason we don't charge hourly is, let's just say you're $100 an hour and you go to a bank manager's house. He's like, dude, I get paid $60 an hour. I've got an MBA. Like, you charge $100 an hour? Nobody wants to hear that. It's better if it's a 2-hour job to hear, hey, client, it's $199. It includes everything. And when I get done, you get done in half an hour, you get done in an hour, 2 hours. You know what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's always good to just give a fixed price, fixed contract price. Well, how much is that an hour? Well, I don't know. We don't charge, we don't sell service. We don't sell labor and parts. We sell service. $199 is our book price to get this done. That includes our insurance, our overhead, our advertising, our warranty. If they say no at $199, you walk away anyway. Never try to break down hourly. It'll never work. That's just a rule of law. Okay. All right. Payroll tax. Next, workers' comp.
Okay.
Workers' comp is a percentage. The worst case, it'll be 12%. Best case will be 8%. Let's go 10%. That's $2.50. We're going to round up to $3.
It will be hourly as well, or
hourly? Yep. For every $25 you pay me, you got to pay $3 in workers' comp. Gotcha. I pay about 6 to 8%. Average is 10 to 12% when you're first starting out. Florida could be higher, it could be lower, but I think 10% is a fair number. Plus, I'm bumping up. Now, remember, you're going to readjust these numbers when reality comes, okay? I'm bumping you up. Why? You want to know why I'm bumping you up? Everything, rainy days, lawsuits, unpredictables. Everything gets bumped up, puts in your general fund. That's why Apple has a $10 trillion in the bank, because they're making money. Everything has to get bumped up. Okay, you might have a workers' comp audit, and you went, "Oh crud, I forgot about something." You have some extra money there to pay it. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
You got to go to an accountant because you got audited. Heaven forbid. But we're putting everything we're putting here, even when I put accounting, everything's getting bumped up a little bit. Now, the other reason is electrical is not a fixed science. I did this job for 1 roll of Romex. Guess what? It took you a roll and a half. Oh, son of a gun. Right? It happens. But guess what? What also happens? I bid this for 1 roll. Oh my gosh, I found a way to do it. I didn't even use half a roll. You don't give the credit back to the customer. You keep that half roll. So that when you make a mistake, you give the half. If you got to count pennies, even dollars, 2 ways you're going to count it. And this is worth solid gold right now, Pablo, for your time. You either got to do it yourself, which means no time with family, no time with fun, no time with your hobbies, whatever the heck you want to do with your time. No, because you're counting pennies and dollars. Or you got to pay me or someone else to do it. And it's going to cost you a lot more for pennies and dollars to save those pennies and dollars. So why bother? Make sure you cover your rear end. You're making money. You never have to look back. Now, you do audit yourself. You go and you do a couple of jobs and you look, wow, yeah, I did make a ton of money. If you find something where, oh, wait, the numbers weren't right, you go through this whole system and you find out where it is. Because there's only 2 places you could have messed up: labor, time, and material. There is nowhere
Yep.
else. Unforeseeables, but you can obviously point to that. The unforeseeable was I got a $600 parking ticket, right?
Yeah.
You know, your car got towed. It's $1,000, right? Those are not in our equations. We know that. So what I'm giving you is a system that you can always go back and check out. Okay, you still
Okay.
following me? I know I'm
Yes.
going fast because we're also recording. Okay, workers' comp. Now, payroll company. When you have payroll, you have to pay a payroll company. That's either paychecks.com. You could do it through QuickBooks. You could do it through ADP. Have you heard of any of those companies?
Yes, but then I have a lady that she does my taxes, and she does the payroll thing. I
Payroll.
haven't
Perfect.
go that route. Yeah, but I'm probably
Perfect.
gonna do that soon.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to write payroll, but before we do, I'm adding something else to this. Okay, I should have probably added it in the beginning, but I'm adding it now. So we're talking about hourly, and we're talking about our costs per hour. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. If we know the cost per hour, we know exactly what it is. That's easy, right? Journeyman's $25 an hour. That's easy.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah.
Here's what we don't know. And this is where a problem happens with a lot of people. And a lot of people I coach do it this way. Let's talk about, perfect example is not here. It's coming, but I need to know now. Let's just pause for 1 second and say general liability insurance. Okay.
Insurance.
Let's just assume your general liability insurance is $1,200 a year, right? They give you a yearly policy. Okay. I need to know what that cost is now, down to the hourly. Why? Because it has to go into our cost. So we know what our hourly cost is. So we know what our daily rate is, correct? Here's the problem. A lot of people come to me and they say, Jeff, I've got a spreadsheet. I estimated how many hours a week. I estimated. They do it on a spreadsheet, right? Everybody tells you, take all your expenses and divide it by your work hours and estimates, right? These are all estimates. The reason I don't like is, what if you broke your arm? What if your car broke down? What if a hurricane came? It's Florida. How do you estimate all that? You can't. The only thing that's true is I worked 1 hour. Jeff told me I have to charge this much to cover those costs. If I broke my arm and I didn't work that hour, I'm not going to cover my costs. So what do? You do whatever you need to work those hours, okay? So most people work a 40-hour week, right?
Correct.
Okay. To me, I remember I'm conservative on everything. I've already done my numbers. There is no way on God's green earth I'm going to get my guys to work 40-hour weeks. Every single day, they're wasting at least an hour to 2 hours, texting, extra lunches, tire, whatever the case may be. So that's called attrition, employee attrition. Same as if you bought a box of receptacles, you threw them in your van and you didn't put them in a Ziploc like I teach people. They bounced around and they got scratched, and 7 out of 10 are no good anymore. You can't put it in a customer's house. What do you do with that 7? Trash, or it goes into your garage, right? When you use it. That's called attrition. It's lost. It's part of doing business. So I don't do any of my estimations on a 40-hour a week. I do them on a 32-hour a week. I literally take 1 hour a week. What if you have training? What if you have them wash the cars, stocking parts? Heaven forbid they go to the wholesale house after a Super Bowl or a baseball game, right? Especially if hometown's playing. You got all this time wasted. So we're dividing everything based on a 32-hour week, not a 40-hour week. Does that make sense to you? When I do my division, so now if we do $1,200 a year for insurance, right? General liability insurance. Remember I said, let's say it's $1,200. Did we break up? Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yeah. Back. We're back. Yeah, I lost you for the last minute.
No, that's okay. I was pausing for you. So I'm going to make sure that no one's using the internet in my house. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
I might have a bad connection because it's about to snow here. Hold on. I want to make sure they weren't on TV. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead, but I just want you to understand why. So when I said general liability insurance, $1,200, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take
So you want me to
1,200.
write that down as a payroll company, or you want me-
No, we're going to write this down a little bit later. I'm going to drop my.
Okay.
I'm going to drop my. I'm going to drop some of my signal so our screen gets better. Okay, just follow me here. If you do $1,200 a year for general liability insurance,
Mm-hmm.
that comes to how many months? 12 months divided by 12. It's simple math, equals $100 a
Yeah.
month. But
Okay.
now we have monthly. Now we need to go to the hourly. So if you do
Hourly.
32 hours a week times 4 average
Or
is 128. So we're going to take $100. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we're going to divide it by 128. It's 78 cents an hour for you to have general liability insurance. Isn't that kind of amazing if you think about it?
yeah,
What-
that's the insurance that you need to have, right?
That's just one general. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, and it isn't. But how many things do you have that are 78 cents? We're going to have a lot.
Yeah.
I make you, if you're coaching with me, I'm going to make you eventually, as you get it, you have to calculate everything, and I'm going to show you why. So 78 cents, we bump it up to how much?
$1.
Thank you very much. Okay, this is
Yep.
later. Don't put it now. In fact,
Okay.
that's going to be on number 4. So if you want to write number 3, you could write number 3. It's a set amount. And then write number 4 below it, and 4 put A. 4A is general liability. Okay. By the way, I don't know if yours is going to be $1,200 a month. I would probably assume it's going to be a little bit more. Why don't you put? Let me see what $1.25 is times 128. 160 times 12. That's a little high. 125 times 128. Times 12, sorry. Yeah,
That's all right.
1,920. I don't think you're going to be $1,900.20 a month. I'm going to say you're no more than 1,500 divided by
Mhm.
12 divided by 128. You're going to be at 97 cents. I like to round into nice numbers so that the number comes out. So I just put $1 for right now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Put $1 for right now. For number 4. So I'm on number 4 for you under A. We still got to go through the rest of them, okay? Okay. So we're going to go back up. This is why I need to get you hourly, because here we are. So now we need a payroll company, or like you said, you have someone that's doing your payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Most payroll people, accountants, usually charge $100 or $150 a month with payroll. Do you have any idea what they're charging you?
Not yet, but I could figure it out and add it to it, and then
Okay.
divide it by.
Yeah, I would say your payroll and running the checks, I would say you're going to be at least $50 a month. Maybe it could be up to $75 a month. Okay. I don't know. If I do, why don't we do it my way and you can add it later? Because I know what it is for QuickBooks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So-
do it.
QuickBooks is $800 a year for the software, the add-on for payroll, and it's about $50 a month for the service. So that's plus $600. There are a couple of other charges. Let's not worry about it. So it's $1,400 a month divided by 12 equals divided by 128. That equals 91 cents an hour just for payroll. Can you believe it? It's crazy, right? We're going to make number C, payroll service,
Mm-hmm.
$1.
$1.
You got it. So already look, we're $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. Okay, we got a couple of other ones. Are you ready? This is why you need the coaching. I'm going to teach you everything. Okay, if I come to work for you, Pablo, I got some benefits and some perks from somebody else. Are you going to be offering any perks, any benefits? Anything? I mean, in the beginning, I know it's hard, but there's a couple things you have to offer. I mean, it's just a given. Like
Probably
healthcare.
Health insurance. Health
But
insurance.
that's really tough when you're first starting out. So are you gonna offer it? Is that something you want to do?
I don't think. Nah, I don't. At the beginning, I don't think so. I'm gonna do that.
That's totally fine. I still don't offer health care in my companies. Why? It's cheaper for them to go on the Affordable Care Act and get their spouses on it, because even if I did do it, I would only do my employees, and then they would have to pay for their spouses. I'm as big as I am, it's almost impossible, right? And I'm not mandated to do it. If I'm mandated, it's a different story. So you know how we went A, B, C, D, E, F, G? For
Mhm.
number F, put health insurance because you're not doing it, and then put a 0. The reason you're doing it is you need the placeholder, and mentally, when you look at this, you have to understand where things are going. So I want you to put it down anyway, because that would go here. Okay. What's something else people offer employees that would go under? Remember, Uncle Sam, which is anything to do with an employee. What's another benefit?
Well,
For G.
Other than that, I think what is it, the IRA or something like that?
401k.
401k.
Yep. Put down 401k. But you're on the right. You're on the right.
In D or G? Like
I would
F?
write it in G. I would write it in G.
G.
You're not going to offer it and just put 0 next to it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But back to D. Now we're at D, right?
Yes.
Okay. How about 1 week vacation pay after your first year?
Yeah. That's
a big one, right?
Yeah.
Nobody calculates this, Pablo. Everybody that comes to me and goes, Jeff, I don't know why I'm not making any money. How much are you charging an hour? I already know by what they tell me. I go, you're below the national average. Something's wrong. Let's go. And here's one of them. They go, oh, yeah, I get 2 weeks of vacation. I get 4 days off. I go, where are you billing for it? Well, I don't know. Isn't that a profit? Whose profit? Your customers have to pay for that. You're a business. It's not. I'm going to show you something later, too. You're going to realize. Okay. So how do we calculate that, Pablo? Super easy.
Yeah.
Super easy. $25 times how many hours a week do you have to pay them? 40 on this
40.
one.
Yeah.
Equals $1,000.
1,000 times what, divided by 12 divided by the.
Dude, you're brilliant. You got that automatically. See, you already got it. Exactly. We're going to divide that by 12 equals $83.33 divided by 128. Why 128? Because we're not only are we making that extra, but we know that they're going to take sick days and days that you're going to lose unemployment, blah, blah, blah. That comes to 65 cents. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I would tell you, well, you could go $1. It's going to be a bit high if you go with $1, but you know why it's not a bit high? Because we also forgot, and I did forget actually. So let's go back. We said 40 hours, but wait a minute. We got 4th of July. That's 8. We got New Year's. I mean, are you paying days off? I do. I pay 4th of July. I pay Christmas. I pay Easter's on a Sunday. Easter's on a Sunday. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. We pay Thanksgiving and we pay Labor Day. That's it. The 4 holidays that we pay.
Those 4, right?
Yep. So it's 32 hours plus 40 equals 72 times 25 equals $1,800 divided by 12 equals divided by 128 equals. Now we're at $1.17. So you want to go minimum $1.25. You could go $1.50. I have no problem with that. What's the 150? I don't know. 1 year anniversary for something. They have a baby. So, you want to get some days off. Calculate it, whatever. So put $1.25, put $1.50. I don't care. What are you going to put?
Yeah, 125.
Okay, vacation, $1.25. Okay. All right. Where are we at now? Let's go. So we're at 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1.25. We're at $9.25. Okay. All right. What are we forgetting? Let's see. Let's think for a second. Okay. Accountant is going to go under your business expense, even though you have workers' comp here and payroll. Oh, you got to print the paychecks even. People ask me, Jeff. Yeah. People ask me, well, Jeff, what about uniforms? I go, that's a great question. Are you a one-man show right now?
Yeah, one-man show, and then
don't you want a uniform as a one-man show?
Yes.
Then it doesn't go here because you're going to have it anyway. See what I mean? It's not only because of an employee. Now, if you say, well, Jeff, I wear polos, and these guys are going to get uniforms that take a uniform service, right? I still don't put it here because it's a business expense. It's not an employee expense. It's really a business expense under advertising more than uniforms, right? Okay. What's another one people ask me? I provide cell phones to all my employees. Shop phones. Hold on. Okay. But even if I have a one-man show, I'm still going to have a cell phone. So it doesn't go here. I'm just trying to help you understand what you got to fine line what goes in here. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me think. There's a couple more that I'm forgetting. Trust me. And again, think about it with me. I do this quite a bit, and there's always something that'll come up. There is You have to pay in some states for
Gas,
court.
maybe gas.
Gas is going to be down in the business expense. Vehicles are under the business
Okay.
expense. I forgot. So I pay for my guys' schooling, training, and recertifications. It's a bonus for them. It incentivizes them to continue their education. I don't know if you want to do that or not. I don't know what the licensing fees are to get your journeyman. It's like $235 every 2 years. It's not a lot, but I also have them in Steve Cavaleris, electricaltime.com, each one of them. So I pay about $60 a month for that. Anything like that you can think of?
Not at the moment, you know, because we know.
How about you? Do you have your own? Do you have to get recertified every 2 years?
Yes. Certification, and probably they require, I think it's, I don't know, it's 14 hours or something like that.
Correct. Of
I have to
schooling.
look into that.
Okay. I would be safe and say $250 a year. I know it sounds stupid, but remember, right now we just got $1.25. So we're looking for 75 cents here on different things, right? Blah, 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 whatever. 250 divided by 12 divided by 128. It's going to sound stupid, but that's 16 cents. Well, there you go. Put 25 cents. Okay. But put the reason why: continued education or certifications. Okay. So we're basically going to get to about $10. Now, I'm going to say that because you're just starting out, there are expenses you don't have. Okay. One of the big ones is, of course, when you have employees, just like when you have clients, we're going to add it. You're going to run into unemployment. You're going to run into possible lawsuits. I hate to say it. Yeah. You're going to run into unproductive sick days. We talked about all these, about attrition and stuff, but you're going to run into everything under the sun. New certifications, new qualifications. Here's another one. One of your guys, I've had it in my situation. You know, one of them has a court order for child support. Guess what? They don't pay you to separate the payroll, do all that work, and send the government, the county government, whoever else, their child support money. You have to do that. So there's a lot of other unknowns. Okay. Gotcha. So what I normally do is, if you were in California and you were paying $25 an hour, all these numbers would be double anyway. But I would match it to my employee. Whatever I pay my employee, I count for Uncle Sam. The big chunk of that is for lawsuits. I would put $5 an hour for lawsuit money. Just let's see what that would be. 5 times 128 times 12. That's only $7,680 in lawsuit money at $5 an hour. You think, wow, that's a lot, Jeff. No, my lawyer is going to eat up $6,000 to $7,000 on any lawsuit. And then I have to pay out the award if I don't have insurance covering it, which, by the way, that's my next line, which you don't have, you might not. EPLI insurance. There's workman's comp. There's EPLI insurance, wrongful termination, sexual harassment insurance. Costs you about $1,800 a year. Divided by 12, divided by 128. I don't want you to write it down, but it'd be $1.25 an hour. So you see, there's always going to be something that you might say. So I'm going to stop you right there because there's a lot of unknowns. You haven't started your business. I would then we're going to round up. Remember, we round up on everything. I'm going to cap you off at, if you're paying $25 for an employee, you're paying $15 minimum for Uncle Sam.
$15 more.
Yeah, that's with you making about $3. You're going to end up at about $12 to start off. Then you're going to put $3 away for those unknowns. Does that make sense? We're always bumping you up. These aren't outrageous numbers. I'm just covering you because later you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G we didn't fill out, but you're going to get them and then you're going to plop them in. You're going to say, oh, this is an employee expense that I have. I need to put it in, right? Okay. All right, let's move to number 3. You kind of understand what you're going to fill in there, correct? We got that. You're set. Okay. I know I kind of went long on it because it's a little complicated when you don't have employees, what you're going to figure out, what you're going to need to know. And again, as we're coaching, if I remember one, we'll throw it in there. Okay. Journeyman, Uncle Sam. Who's that crazy guy that decided he's going to own his own business instead of be cush and just get a paycheck guaranteed every week? Who's that crazy guy?
Me.
That's right. You're the Pablo Bezos, the Pablo Musk of the company. So guess what, Pablo? You eventually, right now you are going to as well, but you own the trains. You have someone run the trains, correct?
Yes.
Whether you want to run them yourself, which is what we're doing with the hat, Whether you want to just be in the office and let someone else run half of it, you are also the owner. You get paid no matter what. If I work, if the journeyman works, you got to get paid. Now think about this. I've got 8 journeymen for me right now working.
8. Ooh.
Yeah. So check this out. I got to make money off every single one of them. If I don't lift a dime, if I'm here coaching with you all day long, I'm doing coaching. I decide I'm going to go on vacation all day long. If I make $20 a person hourly times 8, I make $160 an hour.
Gotcha.
Doing what? Just
Nothing.
owning. Well, why should I? I put all the investment. It's all under my, if there's a lawsuit, I got to deal with it. Thank God I'm incorporated. Obviously, I have insurance. But who's the one that deals with the audits, the headache, the IRS, the filing? Oh, it's so easy being the boss. Oh, you make all the money. You want to take the risk? I tell all my guys know the day you want some of this, pay up. You can have it. I will give it to you freely. Ain't nobody want to be in our position at the end of the day. It really is nice being, again, because I'm a great boss and I pay well. But at the end of the day, you get paid no matter what. It does not matter. Right?
Gotcha.
That's your investment money. So remember, that's your second hat right now. Okay. So how do we know what that number is? So what I say is, what are you getting paid now as an electrician in general?
In general, well,
20,
I get
$25?
no. He paid me piecework, so my work's very niche down. So I do hurricane shutters basically and patio additions.
Yes.
So it's very like itemized what he pays me. So in general, every motor that I wired is $125. So
And how long does it take you?
It could take me. The thing is that if it were a perfect condition,
Yeah.
I would say less than 8 hours. Less than 8 hours, I can wire 4 motors.
In
But
less than, yeah. So you can wire 4 motors in a day.
yes.
Okay.
In a full,
So that's $500 in a day.
yeah.
I mean, 500 divided by 8 is about $62.50 an hour.
Yeah, and I can say a little bit less, but I'm really quick, and I can't expect
Sure.
to be on my
Well, remember, even though you're getting spec work, you're really doing it not as an employee. You're doing it as a contractor.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
Okay. So, so let's just put $25 is what the average journeyman makes.
Yes.
Right? You're a journeyman. Okay. So would we put $25 here?
No,
As
we're gonna have to put 40.
Why 40?
Adding, well, we will add the expenses of the.
This is just for you being the owner. How much should you get an hour? We're trying to figure out. How much should you get paid an hour being the owner? Remember, you're getting paid as the journeyman under number 1. That's separate. Don't worry about that. We have to come up with a number. And people ask me, well, Jeff, how do you come up with your number? It's very simple. Let's just put it this way. You need $3,000 a month to live, basically. I mean, 3,000 has to be the number. Maybe it's 5,000. Shoot me a number. What's for you? Well, look, under $25 times 40 is $4,000 a month. Okay, let's go 5,000. Let's give you a raise. 5,000. 5,000 divided by.
That money will be the money that they generating for me.
Correct. Or when you get paid the hourly, a chunk of that is your money. It's the boss, the owner, the investor. It's the loan. You're the loan. You're the person that gets it. Okay, 5,000 divided by a month divided by 128 equals $39 a month. So let me do that again. 39 times 128.
$39 an hour. You could say
that's what it is. Don't write it down because that's not the number. Want to know why?
Why?
Because you're not going to stay a one-man show. And
correct.
Even though you're a one-man show, what's your first hat you're wearing and you're getting paid?
Well, I'm getting paid as an electrician.
Thank you. So what I would do is take your $40, $39 is $40, minus your $25 is $15. And you go, Jeff, what the hell are you talking about? So I would write $15. It's a little low. You could go up from there later, but just write $15 for the Pablo Bezos, the owner. Here's why. Here is why. You ready?
Go ahead.
Because you already got a raise, because you're already getting $25 an hour as an electrician. You're getting the $15 an hour as the owner, right? So you're already making $40 an hour. Okay. But here's the difference. One man show.
Correct.
You get another journeyman. You're still working. Now you need another journeyman. As soon as you get another journeyman, does that mean you don't work anymore?
No, that's still got to work. Yeah.
So stop. Now you get the 25, and we haven't gone further. We still have 25 plus the 15. Jeff Bezos. Look, now the other journeyman, 5 things. He gets paid the 25, so you lose that. You don't get Uncle Sam. You make another 15 on him, plus 15. By hiring one more journeyman without anything, forget, you're going to make money. Your business is making money. You just made an extra $15 an hour by actually growing your business. Does that make sense? What happens when you have 4 people? What happens when you have 8, like me? Then you get to the point where you do not have to work. When you get to 3 people, you're going to start losing some of that hat. That's why I said 15 is a little bit low. I think I would write actually 20 for you right now. Instead of 15, I would make it 20. Because if you get 2 other journeymen, right? You're only going to do service calls, emergency calls. So you're going to get some of that 25, but don't count on it. But you're going to get the 220. So you're still going to be at minimum 40, even though I know you're going to get, half, I'm sure a couple hours a day, you're going to bill your billable. Okay. Because you still have one more person that you're going to get paid for it because you don't have that person yet. Okay. Is this kind of making sense to you? Yep. I want to make it easy. So as you scale, you don't have to raise your price. You don't have to change anything. I argue that your price usually can come down as you get bigger.
Okay.
As you get bigger, your price can, because your money goes bigger. You want to make more money, more stress, more liability. But remember, but your insurance, remember we were talking about payroll. We said payroll is, we did put payroll at $4, $12, whatever. But now if you have 2 guys, the cost doesn't change, but the profit doubles. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Okay. So now guess what? This is a little moving forward, but what happens when all this money starts piling up, Pablo? At the end of the year, your bank account's going to have $60,000 extra. What do you do with the $60,000? 2 things. Buy more equipment, invest in the business. You got to have money to do that. Or you write yourself a $20,000 bonus draw check. That money's still yours. Okay? All those extra 10%, 20% we're adding, all it is so that you have cash in the bank. You're never going to be short with the cash. I'm also putting some of these expenses, even though you don't have them now, because if you don't start charging for it now, you're not going to have the money to have it later. One of them would be a service van, which we're going to get to. Do you own your own van or a car? Or do you have payments?
Yeah, I have my own. I have a pickup and I have a van, like a cargo van. Yeah.
Any payments?
No.
Guess what?
Buy them.
But we're gonna put payments, because how are you gonna buy another one? You gonna pay cash? Hell no, Jeff. I'm gonna put 10 grand and I gotta make payments. We gotta charge for that now in this 5 items. That's what we're doing right now. We're making it so you're all ready to grow. You have nothing to worry about except sell. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Okay. So where are we at? We're at you. Okay, so I would put number 3, the owner, $20.
Okay.
So you would be at $45 an hour right now if we stop in your pocket. Okay. As an electrical contractor, would be 25 plus 15 plus 20. Right now, we'd be charging $60 an hour if we just stopped right now. Okay. If we just stopped right now. Remember, there's a lot of variables we still don't know, but this is where we stop. Okay. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is all in one. It's the business.
Okay.
The business has to make money. Who's paying for this coaching? Shouldn't be you. It should be a business expense. If you do my marketing course, who's paying for it? The business. If you get uniforms, which we're going to write down, it's the business, right? Anything that has to do with the business expense now goes under number 4. So let's write number 4A was general liability insurance.
Okay.
Right? B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Next one, commercial auto insurance. Do you know how much you're paying for commercial auto?
Mm-mm. Not
I'll
yet.
tell you right now, the minimum is going to be for 2 vans. I'd say at least 2,400 a year. So that equals 240 a month. You're looking at $2 for commercial auto insurance. Okay. Now,
Okay.
we talked about running payroll, but how
Mm-hmm.
about accounting software? Are you going to be doing QuickBooks, or are you going to give this to the accountant as well?
I think I'm gonna probably do it with a help or something. I probably gonna at the beginning. I'm gonna give it to her, see how
Okay.
she does. She's really busy, but
Okay.
it's kind
So
of
I
like
figure if
you got.
she's going to do all your books every month, you could be
Mm-hmm.
at 200, you could be at 250, you could be at 400. I have no idea. So I'm going to put it at 200 to be safe.
So you say bookkeeping and checks. That's why you
I
got.
just bookkeeping,
Okay.
bookkeeper. So that's going to be $1.75 an hour. That's under C, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, uniforms. You're going to get uniforms?
Yeah.
Okay, just shirts for now, or pants as well?
No, just shirts for now. Probably shirts
Okay.
and hat. I could say nice
Yep.
hat.
Yep. So you're looking at about $45 for a shirt and hat, give or take. And they're going to need about 8 per employee. So times 8 is 360 a year, divided by 12, divided by 128. 25 cents.
Okay.
Uniforms. Okay. Commercial auto, we said. General liability, we said. Bookkeeping, we said. Okay. Uniforms, we said. Okay. So every year you have to put a tool allowance. So basically, I don't know what tools you have, but do you have a wire puller, a $3,500 wire puller for a commercial job? Do you have do you need a scissor lift? Do you need a whole new set of power tools, hammer drill? Do you need scaffolding? Do you need ladders? You tell me. I don't know.
Well, I would say for now, scaffold. It'll be one, probably big ladders and
So you need tools. You need tools.
yeah, I could say yes. When we scaling, yes, because I don't have like super much of a power
Yeah.
tool that
A
provide.
hydraulic hole punch. I mean, I can tell you 1,000 things that you might need. You know,
Yeah,
a thermal imaging meter eventually. I mean,
yeah,
so you have to tell me how big your appetite is. I mean, I wouldn't put less than $5,000 a year because you want to build your tool base. You have to. So
gotcha.
how much do you want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
spend on tools?
yeah. I could say 5,000. That's a good number to start. Yeah.
Okay. 12 divided by 128. We've got $3.50. Okay. All right. Right now you have a van, and that's great for you. As soon as you have an employee, you're going to need another service van, aren't you?
Yeah. So what I'm
Dude, I
thinking
just threw it
is,
away. Look, my next Ford, I'm picking it up after the election. My payments, according to this, if I only put like 5,000 down, is 1,036 a month. I'm putting 15,000 down. My payment's going to be about $800 a month for a brand new
wow,
van. You don't have to get a brand new van. You can get a used
yeah,
van.
yeah.
Okay. But if you get a used van, you're going to buy it out straight cash outright, 12, 13, $18,000 still, or you think you'll make payments? Either way, we
Well,
have to put it down here.
yeah. I could say not. I would say not new. I could put a range on between a van that costs maybe between
15 is a pretty
15K,
crappy van these days.
15 bad.
Okay. Okay. So let's just say you're going to put 3,000 down. You're going to have a $15,000 payment over 4 years. 15,000 divided by 48 divided by 12. No, I did that wrong. 15,000. Let's say it's 15,000 your payment. You're going to put $3,000 down payment. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get anything great for 15. Plus, you might have to put racking on it.
Yeah, rock-ins and yeah. That's one thing. Yeah. So let's make
So
and what about 10?
minimum you have is $2.50 an hour for a car payment. Minimum. Okay, because if you don't collect that now, by the way, if you collect $2.44 an hour now, in 1 year, you'll have $3,750 down payment before you need the van. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
I would put more if you were buying a brand new van or a more expensive van, then you got to put more, obviously.
Got it. Yeah.
So we're doing like
a
minimum
car payment.
15,000.
What you said 275? It was the minimum?
$3.50.
$3.50. That was for two allowances, or yeah, I mean car payment. All right.
Yeah, $2.44. Sorry,
Mhm.
$2.44.
Mhm.
I said minimum $2.50. You're right.
All right.
Sorry, the one above that was tools.
Yes, two
Yeah,
allowances. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that means remember, you're writing this down. That means at the end of the year, you really technically are affording a $15,000 van. As you start shopping and we get off the phone, look around and go, oh crap, maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, maybe you got to adjust that. But you know what it's going to do, right?
Yeah.
You know what you need to do. Okay, here's something nobody thinks of. If you get an old van like that, you better put $1,500 a year minimum for service. Tires,
Maintenance.
brakes, this, that. I mean, my used Chevy cost me about $2,000 a year. So I would put 2,000. I don't think I'd put less than that. It's still cheaper than buying a new car, by the way. That's why I still do it. So you're going to put $1.50 in vehicle maintenance. Okay, let's add up where we're at so far. We still got a long way to go, but we got to start hurrying up.
Yeah.
But you understand what we're doing. I know this. It sounds complicated, but it's not, right? It's super easy. You're just adding up your totals here. I showed you how to do the math on it.
Yeah. So we got a $1 of general liability, $2 for commercial auto insurance, $1.75 bookkeeping, 25 cents uniforms, $3.50 for tools, car payments $2.50, and car maintenance $1.50.
Yep. Okay. Do you have a storage unit or a garage right now, or anything you're using as a quote unquote shop?
No, not right now. No.
Okay. You need to at least budget for a small shop, warehouse, something, because as soon as you get to 2 or 3 guys, where are you going to put all the material? You got a big job, you got to get a delivery on a transformer, but you can't get it to the job for 3 weeks. And where are you going to put it? You need some kind of a garage, storage, whatever. A lot of people say, no, I use my own garage. I go, great. How much are you paying yourself rent? They go, nothing. I go, well, you're losing money, because you can pay yourself rent as an expense to your business, as income to you, just like getting paid, and it's unearned income. It's lower tax. Okay, minimum $400 a month for a rental unit. That's going to come to $3.12. So $3.25 for a shop. I would put shop.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, I don't need a shop for 2 years. Absolutely right. So check this out. $3.25 times 128 equals times 12 equals almost $5,000. You don't need a shop for at least 2-3 guys until you get there. When you get a shop, you need desks, computers, shelving, storage, right? Maybe it's a triple net and they say the air conditioning's on you and you need to add it. I mean, in 2 years, that's $10,000 for a shop. Plus then you got the rent. We're only counting $400 for rent. At that time, you would update your numbers and put $1,200 for the rent, or whatever the case may be. Oh, well, actually, you don't need to, because if you're at 3 guys, 4 times 3 is $1,200. So you can afford $1,200 rent in the 3 years, or when the time comes for the shop. Does that make sense?
Yep.
This is why I love this. You don't have to think about it again, Pablo. Just keep getting employees for what we're doing. You're automatically going to increase your profit. You're automatically, if it's just you and another guy, you're collecting $800 a month in rent for a shop you don't have. But if you don't collect it now, how are you ever going to get one? One day you're going to tell your customers, well, I just bought a new van and I got a shop, so my prices went up $50 an hour overnight. No, price it correctly now Don't go crazy because, as I said, when you get 4 employees, you can actually lower your price if you really want. And we don't want to lower our price, but we can be more competitive, right? We still don't want to necessarily be lower than the going rate, but I don't care about the going rate. I don't care what the electrician next to you is charging. If everybody in your town charges 150, but we come up with 100, we know we're covered. You're making a killing. I would go 100 to 125. I would not go to 150 because there's a reason they're charging 150. Either they're stupid and they're losing all these jobs, or they've got way more expenses than you. Who knows? Who cares? Then you got people that are charging 75 when they should be charging 100. Who cares? They're going to be out of business.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming to you looking for work. So remember, I forgot to tell you, 60% of people that is this right? Let me think about this. Yes. 60% of people I coach are charging what they should be once we're done with this.
Okay.
20% are charging too low. 20% are charging too much. Okay. You want to be in that middle. We want to be within $10 less or $10 more of where you should be. Okay. The reason for that is, well, how many jobs did you sell, Pablo? Well, I only sold 4 out of 10. Well, if you're $25 more an hour than you should be, couldn't that be a reason why? It could be.
Yes, of course. Competitive, yeah.
Well, Jeff, I sell 10 out of 10 jobs. Wow, that's amazing. 2 reasons for that. Oh my gosh, you're charging $25 less than you should. Of course you're selling 10 out of 10. Or both reasons why you're selling 10 out of 10. Everybody needs an electrician right now. It doesn't matter what you're charging. Just show up and please do it. I'm desperate. We call it unicorn stage. Unicorns are flying around right now. This is not normal. This is not going to last forever. Make sense? Okay.
Exactly.
So I want you to understand, when we get to a number, I've had people say, well, Jeff, that's $10 less than I'm charging. But you didn't know why you were charging $10 more. Now
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, the breakdown. Yeah, now
yes,
you know
listen,
all the expenses.
if you can get it, I'm not telling you not to get it. I'm just saying we're getting a system so we know where we're at as a baseline. You can go and adjust all those ones. And by the way, I tell people, if you are charging more, you need to put the number somewhere so that you know what your budget is for that and use it. Put it under your payroll. That's fine. Keep the money. I don't care. Put it back in your business. Make your tools from 5,000 to 8,000. I don't care. Put it somewhere. Right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. After shop, let me see what else we have. Think Jeff. Oh, cell phones. Advertising, cell phones. So you have a cell phone. You're always going to have a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $100 a month divided by 128. And internet. Why don't we add 50 for internet, right? You need internet service.
Yep.
Okay, 150 divided by 128. That's $1.25. Okay. And then I was going to say advertising. So right now you need to advertise to make money, minimum, which I hate advertising. You got to do my marketing course when you're ready, Pablo. I'll give you a $50 coupon off that. You got to be the lead. Don't only think about it. If you start out, you jump ship, think about doing Joe Burnich. It's going to be a little pricey in the beginning. I think it's like, I don't know if it's pricey actually. I think it's like $1,200, something like that. He'll get you listed on Google. He'll get you ranked. It's better than spending $800 a month on Yelp. Trust me. It'll take 3 months to get started, but once it does, it's self-controlled. I get 4 to 5 calls in Montana. There's only 110,000 people in 50 miles, 100 miles of here. And we're getting 4 to 5 calls a day. We're blowing up. We're tripling as far as numbers go. What I'm doing in LA, and I've been there for 20 years, if you do the math, because we're growing. We're number one. I'm not number one in LA. There's 8 million electrical contractors. I'm number one in my area, but not LA. Okay, so advertising. Give me a budget number. 200, 300, 400, 500 a month?
I could say easily how things are in here. I could say, yeah, I could say probably I could put 1,000, probably $1,000 a month on advertisement.
I like it. I like it. Go talk to Joe Burnich when you're ready, because you can definitely afford Joe. Okay, divided by 128.
So he's on your on your podcast, or you gotta send me that information so I can just
Yes. He does when I do the marketing course, I do it with him. He does the back end for you. He customizes it, sends it to you. That's print ready. He's the one that does both my websites for my brick and mortars. He's the one that does my Google listing. He's the one that tells me what to do. I just do it. Jeff, send me 10 pictures. I want a picture of this, this, this. Jeff, I don't like that picture. Retake it. No problem. You listen to him. That's it. And then he does your whole website. He'll guide you. What's the services you want to do? What you don't want to do. Probably marketing you want to do first, the marketing course, and then you get a free anyway. You get a free consultation with him. You'll get one free here. I can send you the link too. Let me see if I can. I'll send you the link through the email for Joe, and you can sign up for a free consultation with him. Okay. And again, it might be early to you. What's not early for you is my marketing course. 1000% right now. You got to do your marketing course. Every customer you see, you have to make them 3 customers. They have to be your cheerleader. I don't want you to pay Yelp. I don't want you to pay Angie's List. I want you to pay only 2 people. Yourself, by doing my marketing, really, you're paying yourself. You're not paying me. It's only a one-time deal, plus the printing. But Joe Burnich. Joe Burnich is the only advertising I do that I pay money, period, end of story. I spend $0 on anything on advertising. The only thing I spend money on is my own stuff that I self-do, which is what I teach you in the marketing course. Active, passive, progressive marketing. Whether you're sleeping at night, you're getting customers, you're getting flyers passed out, you're doing it. You park your truck in the parking lot of Home Depot or a wholesale house or in the mall because you're going to go eat. People are ripping a piece of your truck and taking them with you. You're going to give an incentive, an unbelievable incentive to your existing client. Hey, Pablo, can I give you a favor? Here, rip up $100 bill. Give half to Pablo and say, give it to your friend. When they call me, I'm going to put the other $100 bill together, and they're going to get $100 off. Whoa! If you don't do that, yeah, I love you, Pablo. I'm going to recommend everybody. Huh? What? Huh? Life takes over in 2 seconds flat. But if you come down and you look at a $100 bill ripped up on the table that says your friend's name on it, you're going to go to your friend. You're going to give it to him, right? Of course, we're not ripping real hundreds, but that's the analogy I give you. Take marketing in your own hands. You're the only one that's going to. You're the only one that, besides maybe loved ones, you're the only one that wants you to succeed. Do you think if I was in your neighborhood, I want you to succeed? I'm going to do everything I can for you not to succeed because I'm your competition. You are the only one that will make sure you succeed. In the beginning, you're it. You're the lone captain of the ship. So you have to have the tools to make sure you are getting people around you, your customers especially, to be your biggest fans and give them an incentive to pass the word around. 1 becomes 3, 3 becomes 9, 9 becomes 27. In 1 year, you're going to call me up and be like, Jeff, when you in Florida? I go, why? What's up? He goes, I'm taking you out to a steak dinner because I did your marketing course and I made, $300,000 this year. It's so many tips and tricks. Did you know that I'm going to teach you how to get the flyer? You're going to pick the flyer. You're going to pick everything you want in your flyer. You want to do new construction, solar, you pick it. I tell you everything on the flyer, why you should make it, how you should make it. The $50 coupon, I tell you how to use it as a sewing tool. And then I teach you how the flyer magically, without putting 100 on at your dry cleaners, magically is going to get passed out to hundreds, even thousands of people without you having to lift a finger. Just that little trick is worth every freaking penny because you're a one-man show, Pablo. While you're there hammering away, who's passing out your flyers? Who's your biggest cheerleader saying, call Pablo tomorrow, he's going to hook you? Nobody. You have to do it. Or you have to find ways to have other people do it for free that actually do it for you. And mine's the best one. I've sold hundreds of my marketing course, never once. The only response I get is, like, where did you come up with this, Jeff? I've had multiple businesses in different industries. I said, oh, if I did what I did there and I put it into an electrical contracting service, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh. I had a real estate agent who did advertising who used the printer in my shop. When that printer came to me and said, hey, I want to do your flyers, he taught me some tricks on the kitchen sink. And then another person taught me this, and then another person. And then I saw a person doing something for their vans. And I said, that's incredibly smart, but incredibly done stupidly. I made a better way to do it. So that's how I got my marketing. It's the ultimate marketing for contractors because I did it. 4 years into business, I've never advertised a penny again. You, from day one, will never need to advertise a penny because you already got my system. I'm not kidding. If you have the funds, the good news is you're working. Some people are, Jeff, I'm on my own now. I don't have a lot of money. I go, well, that's the number one thing I would recommend after coaching is the marketing. Don't even worry about paperwork yet, legal stuff, this and that. That's the number one. I tell everybody, make sure you price your general liability insurance with Next. Use my link so I can invite you back on a free webinar. And then Jobber, but we'll talk about Jobber later. You don't need it right now, I don't think. Okay. But we're going to put all those down. So we're going to put Jobber at $150 a month, or any software. Divide by 128, put service software, $1.25. Okay. All right. Are we done? We got a lot in here. I'm sure we have a few that I'm missing. Let me think for a second. Any big ones? When we do get a shop, you will need general liability. You're going to need property shop insurance. I didn't put it here because you don't have a shop yet, and we already put the rent for the shop. Just know that that's where you'll put it. Car payment we put, maintenance we put, tools we put, uniforms we put, internet we put, marketing we put. Which, by the way, there's your marketing costs for whatever you're doing with marketing.
Yeah, what you said, what was the advertisement? We never calculated the advertisement.
No, you're right. You're right. 1,000's a lot of money. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'd be better with you with 800.
800, okay, monthly.
Yeah, because Joe Burnich is going to be huge. And then if you do my marketing, and then you might want to think, do I really need to do any more marketing? I don't mind if you do, because remember, my system works even better. It's like a multiplier on steroids when you do see customers. The more customers you see, that's the name of the game. But the point for me is, even if you see your own customers by referrals, you want those customers to become 3 customers, right? You want to give them that. So it's always good to see customers. But I'm also going to teach you, and I say it on the video, like, get your panel stickers and slap them on every single panel you see. Go to the back of Subway and park your car. Walk to the front, as long as it's not getting stolen. In California, I can't do that. And then while you're going, slap your sticker on their switchgear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're in an apartment complex and there's apartments going down the whole row, and all the panels are on the outside. Stick your panel on everyone. Just go down the street and come up and stick your panel. What are they going to do? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll peel it off. Who cares? No one's going to tell you not to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those are all in my marketing course, like different tips and tricks. It's not only one. Remember, it's active, passive, progressive marketing. And you get the flyer that has the coupon.
Mm-hmm.
It's so when you get a customer that says, oh, I don't know, it costs too much. They don't know how much it costs. They're looking for the win. I teach you, like, they're looking for the free floor mats, right? They're buying the car. They want the free floor mats. You go, well, Pablo, I totally understand that this job is $1,290 and things are costing. But look, you know what? I do have a $50 coupon I can honor you. I mean, I know it's not much, but hey, $50 is $50. They just want the win. You got to give them the win. Other people are like, well, that's it. That's the price. Pay me what I'm worth. You know, everyone's out there is like, pay me my money. We know what you're worth. We just did it. You could give $50 away. It's okay. We want this customer. Because guess what? You're also going to mine that customer to become 3 customers, right? So you're never going to lose. You're never going to lose. Even if you do something for cost and you say, damn it, as long as you have something like my marketing that you know at least you have a chance to make them 3 more customers, you're never going to lose. Because how much does it cost to pay Angie's and everybody else to get a customer? Average is about $50 to $150 per customer to get if you have to pay someone for leads. That's a lot of money for risking.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah, that's why I kind of like get, like interrupting you. I know there's a lot of condos. That's where I want to be in, like, because those condos, man, make money. It's just like it's like a chain effect. Once you start doing one, the other one, the neighbor.
Absolutely. But then you have the marketing. You can have your own flyer too. Put them on the doors. Put the stickers on the panels. Absolutely. Trust me, check my marketing out and look at it. I tell you everything that's included in the course. You'll like it. Okay, let's add this up.
Yeah. I said advertisement was 800 a month, and then
800 divided by 128 is $6.50. So we're probably looking at about $25 here. Let me see. Yeah. 3.25 plus 5, 2.5, 3. See how things add up?
Yeah, I've got to get my calculator, but I think you wrote it down, all of them?
Yeah, I did. Give me a second. 3.75 Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
actually we're above 25
surface
right now.
software service you add, but we didn't never.
Cell phone service is about $100 a month, so 75 cents, I think I put.
Yeah, we put. I think no. 125 cell phones and internet, and then
Yeah, sorry, you're
software.
right. Yep, cell phone.
Yeah,
Cell
cell
phone
phones and internet.
$1.25.
Yeah, 125, and we got software. Selfie software, like something for the
Yes,
teeth. Or
$1.25. Excuse me for that.
set
Okay,
a
what did
dollar
we
and
forget?
25.
Yep, $1.25. What did we forget? What did we forget? Oh, of course, man. What am I talking about? Now you do we talk about we did your bookkeeper. But we did not do so we did your bookkeeper, but filing your taxes is going to be different. That's going to be about $500 a year
Mm-hmm.
to do your taxes. That's separate than the bookkeeper. They're going to charge you separately. They're going to charge you
Yes,
$500
filing
divided
tax.
by
Yeah.
12 divided by 128. That's not much. It's I put 50 cents. 28.25. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So your license renewal in Florida, how much to renew your contractor's license every like X amount of years?
I think it's 250.
Every 2 years?
Yeah,
3 years? 4 years?
years.
Okay, so
Every
that's
two
only
years, I
125.
believe.
That's nothing. 125 divided by 12 equals divided by 128. That's nothing. That's like 10 cents. I'm not even going to consider that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 28.25.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to round that up, but I know you have a lot more that we don't have, so let's just put it to 30 right now,
Okay.
right? Because we rounded up everything else, so we don't have to go crazy. Okay, next, are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's number 5. You ready? So tell me what hat number 1 is for you. What's your first hat?
Say it again.
What's your first hat that you wear in the business?
Well,
Journeyman.
uh,
Journeyman.
the journeyman. Yeah,
What's the second hat?
the
The
owner.
owner. Yep. Here's your third hat. You ready?
Go ahead.
Who answers your phones?
Whoa.
Who answers the
Yeah,
phones?
that's not. I don't have no one yet.
Yeah. Who's picking up parts? Who's delivering them? Who's doing your bookkeeping, submitting it? Who's doing scheduling? Who's doing Mr. Back Office? How much are we going to pay someone in Florida to run a back office? Someone with half a brain, um, someone that can answer the phone, do your jobber, can jump in a truck and deliver parts if we need them to, pull permits, computer savvy. How much are we talking an hour, you think?
Oh yeah, say $20, I guess.
Okay, 20 it is. Okay.
Mm.
Now, under that person, number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have as much Uncle Sam, but you're gonna have a couple of things. What you're gonna have is I want you to write A, B, C, maybe D. Okay. A is vacation pay for that person. So 20 times we said 72 hours total. 72 times 20 equals divided by 12 equals divided by 128. That's $1 right there. Okay. Next thing you're going to have is workers' comp. It's going to be a lot cheaper, probably going to be less than 5%, but let's just go 5%. That's $1. Okay.
Yeah. So what?
Yep. I don't think there's much else. There is payroll taxes. Payroll taxes is going to be. We only put $4 payroll tax for a $25 employee. That sounds about right, just for payroll tax.
Mm-hmm.
It actually probably should have been a little bit more. It's probably about $3 because it's going to be a little bit less on $20. So put $3 for tax.
Payroll
So there
tax.
you go. Yeah. So you got $5. So your total is $25. Okay. 20 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3, $25. Okay. Okay. I'm going back to your electrician. You sure you're going to get an electrician for $25? I'm a little worried about that. Looking at
You
some of
think
your
it
other
will be
numbers.
more?
I don't know, but let's get the numbers. Let's leave it right there because you're comfortable with it. That's it. We're done for right now. Let's add it up. $25 for the journeyman. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
$15 for Uncle Sam, which I know is a little bit low, but it's okay. You don't have much right now. $20 for the owner. We know it's perfect or it's just right. You could be a little bit more because you can lower that when you get your next employee because now you're going to double that. But right now, let's leave it at 20. I don't mind taking that up a little bit as well because you're just starting out. Remember, you still got to keep your expense, even though your expenses are low per se, you don't have all these things. You still want to keep your numbers up because we don't want to fall too down below, and we want to be close to at least what the average is. Okay, and then next is the business, 25.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, 30. Correct?
Yeah. And then the 25 for the Uncle Sam assistant and everything.
Yep. We're at 115 per hour. A number I don't love. Okay.
You don't like that number? It's too low?
I don't love it because I'm a simple math kind of guy. So this is where you and I negotiate this out. What were you going to say you were paying? And you said 125 you were charging an hour, or that's what you were making, you thought? I know you said something like that in the beginning. How much were you were going to write down the number? And then I said, I think you said it. What do you, if I called you out and I said, I just need you for 4 hours, what would you charge me an hour as an electrician now? What are you charging now? You have any idea?
Right
I know
now?
you said piecework.
Yeah, 125, I could say. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's good. You kind of didn't know why you were charging it, but like you said, you're a little higher than you could easily afford to be. I'm not going to knock you for that, but we can easily get you to 125. But remember what I said? You have to plug it into somewhere. You can't just say I'm 125 without justifying it. You know where the two places I would plug because we're $10 short? Honestly?
Yeah.
What did I say? Electric, yeah, $30. Look, I'm paying with bonuses above that, but my starting journeyman in Montana is $26. Starting. That's like 4 years. So I don't know. For you, I would risk, it's a little risky in Florida. I would assume you have a lot of competition too, and it's going to be harder to find really good guys.
Yeah, it's tough in Florida, man. That's the culture shock, man. Nobody wants to work or like I have
that's
like
what I mean. Dude, 30
like
is minimum.
I have a friend, but like I want to start with friends. I want to start meeting someone that I can.
Yeah. Of course. But listen, remember, the higher you take this number, some of Uncle Joe goes up because it's based on hourly. So what I would do is it's fine. That's okay because we bumped it. I would at least do look, I wouldn't be surprised if you get to 35, okay? But that's okay because we got $10 to play with right now. The other 5 I would put under your owner right now. That's the way I would leave it. I think 25 is way too much if you have when you get to 3 guys, that's you, journeyman, and helper, you're going to drop your owner to 20 because I think you're going to have to start paying bonuses and some other things to the employees. You're going to have to start doing some more incentives as you grow. But I don't have a problem with this whatsoever. Did you know the nationwide average is 125? I should have actually wrote it on a piece of paper before we started. The nationwide average for hourly is 125 an hour.
And that's average. Without material.
Without material. In California, I charge, oh, by the way, this is for one man. Well, this is one person. It's not including a helper.
Gotcha.
You know that. In California, with a helper, I charge $250. I charge $175 in California. You're 125. I'm 175 in California. In Montana, I charge $150 for journeyman, but we're paying more than you are for your journeyman already automatically.
So you say 175 an hour with a helper?
No, just the journeyman in California. One man. 175. Yes. In California, $250 with helper. $250 an hour with helper. In Montana, I'm charging $150 an hour for a single and still $75 for a helper. So $225. And by the way, we're priced not the most expensive, but not the cheapest in Montana, just to let you know. In California, we're pretty expensive. At $250, we're pretty expensive.
And I think here in Florida, signs that, I mean, I believe that, because, you know, like, I analyze the market. There's a lot of competition, but there's not a lot of it's like the good ones. There's not a lot of competition, but the thing is that it's a huge free market in here. Like, everybody is handyman. This handyman thing in here, it fucks the market a lot. I could tell you that.
Yeah. So that's why you might want to drop down. But here, this is the whole point why I don't like that number. Are you ready? Why I like 125? Actually, is a great number. Are you ready? Okay. Now we know you're 125 an hour. If someone says, if you just go and you know this is going to be a 1 hour job, you're in and out, you know you have to charge the time going and the time coming. So let's just say that's half an hour plus half an hour to do the work. And you know what? It was a switch for $2. You got to charge a minimum 125 to show up, like, right? That's to do the work. Okay, we got it. You come to an aerospace company and he wants to move up equipment that you have no idea how it's going to happen. It might take 3 hours. It might take 13 hours. You tell them, hey, listen, we're 125 an hour per journeyman and then $75 per helper or whatever we come up with. We'll do it really quick. Okay, that's how you know what your hourly is. I have no problem with that. And remember, you're going to be between 115 and 125. You're still going to make money. You have a range, okay? But here's the kicker. Are you ready? This is where the kicker comes in. 115 times an 8-hour day, which is by yourself, is $920, your daily labor rate. Okay? You know why I don't like that?
Why?
Here's why. Are you ready? Let's say you stay at 125, which I think you should. If you see you're not selling 10, if you're not selling 7 or 8 out of 10, and you think it's priced, you got to lower your price. I don't think you're gonna have a problem. You know what 125 times 8 is? 1,000.
Probably like 1,000.
1,000.
1,000 exactly.
1,000 exactly. What was the first one? 920.
920.
What's the second one?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Let's just say you stick with 125. So one day, one guy. How much is your labor?
1,000.
How much?
1,000.
How much?
1,000.
You're right. Keep going. 1,000, right? 3.5 days. How much is your labor? 3.5 days.
3,500.
How fast did you know that, Pablo? How fast did you just bid that job, Pablo?
Yeah.
To do math for 920, I'm going to have to go to a calculator. I'm going to go 3,500 minus...
Yeah, round it up because it's easier math. Yeah.
Listen, the reason I'm saying that is it's a psychological game changer. Know that if you go 125, just drop it $100 a day if you really want to make it easy. First, do it as 1,000. 3,500 minus 350 is 3,250. Okay, you're good. You're done. Like, you have to do it so that when soon as you walk in, you go, this is 2.5 days to do this kitchen remodel. I'm done. 2,500 labor. Let's roll. Let me write my material. My material's $880. I'm gonna go 1,200. 1,200 times 2,500, 3,700, 3,690, because we drop it to make it sound good. You're done. Pablo, you're done. That's it. Finished. Finito. You don't have to think if you're making money. You don't have to worry about it. The only thing you have to worry about is you knew that within 5 minutes of being there, probably less. The only thing now you have to worry about, concentrate on, worry about, teach yourself, get better at is sales. Talking to the client, making sure you close the sale. That's it. The Art of Selling. Get the book. Read books on selling, communication. Never split the difference. Read those books because guess what, Pablo? You're done, my friend. The only time you're ever going to look at this is in a year from now or maybe 2 years from now because I'm telling you, the numbers are set there. You're not going to add much or take much off. Trust me. When you do some of the numbers, you're going to see, yeah, some of them are low. Some of them, we're 115 to 125. You're good. Remember, you're good. Don't worry about it. You're making a killing. The person that makes a killing is the one that knows its numbers and doesn't think about it anymore. Only thinks about adding customers to that funnel, sales. because the money, you know what the money is. Now here's the kicker. Here's the other part of the aha moment that you're getting. Are you ready?
Yep.
$1,000, 1 day of work, correct?
Yep.
You got a job that's 2 days. How much is your labor?
$2,000, but that's just one man.
That's it. One man, 2,000. Let's just say no parts. And the job is to rewire the garage. Okay, rewiring a garage. It's pretty simple, but it's a 2-day job. You got to go get parts, you're going to get set up, because it's got drywall and an attic above the garage. That's a crawl space. You got to be in there. 2 days. Of course, my flyer comes into this. Okay, you come and you say, hey, Jeff, no problem. We're going to go ahead and rewire the whole thing. You think all the material you have is perfect. It's going to be your total investment is going to be $2,000. I can get started for you actually this afternoon. Oh, Pablo, bro. 2,000. Oof. Hey, listen, man. You know what, brother? Do me a favor. I'll give you $1,800. Let's roll, baby. We're going to do this. I'm ready. Just jump on it. Hell yeah, right? $1,800. 2 days. You only $200 discount. Done? You got thumbs up?
Yeah.
I know you ain't gonna say no, because I was there where I would be like, hell no. I mean, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. How many billable hours is that? 2 days? 16.
16 hours.
How much money did we lose? Did we give a discount?
$200. $200.
That's it. 200. Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. $200 divided by 16. It means you, Pablo, owe me $12.50 because that's what you gave me as a discount. Okay, right? Okay, get your list. You got your list? 5 items. Ready to go? Ready to go?
Yep.
Who's the first guy that you pay?
Me.
Or me, because I work for you. Or me, because I work for you, right?
Yep.
Are you going to call me up and say, hey, Jeff, bro, hey, I hook you up, bro. I buy you lunch every day. Hey, this other guy, Jeff's a cheap ass. I gave him a discount. I need to take $12.50 off your hourly rate. Can that happen? Hell no.
No.
Okay. So Journeyman, he's free. He's getting his money. Who's next? Look on your list.
The owner. Me.
Nope. Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam, yeah.
We all play games with Uncle Sam, but I don't know if you want to, right? Pretty tough one. Uncle Sam's going to get his money.
Yeah.
Boom. Done. All right. Well, let's go to the back of the line. We can call our secretary and tell her not to go to work, right?
No, you can't do that.
No, because who's going to answer the phone if you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
You. Okay, so look. Look, we're getting to 2 fingers. Oh, crap. Who are the 2 people left?
Me
and your business.
Yeah. Me, yeah, exactly.
And listen, I'm going to be nice, but whichever finger I drop down, it's going to look like the same thing. Someone's getting screwed, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the only 2 people left screwed. Do you see the big thing when you go, oh, damn, bro? Like, oh, shit. No wonder owners out there think they're rolling, and then they give discounts, and they make all these sales thinking I sold 10 jobs. Yeah, but the only 2 people that didn't make money are you and your business. You see how crazy that is? Now, let's be realistic. $12.50 here. We billed it for $125, didn't we?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
so
that doesn't affect us
125 minus 12.50. Hey, bro, you only dropped $1.50. Sorry, you only lost $2.50 an hour because 115 is your number. We know your number. I want you to be 125 for this exact reason. Everything bumps up, don't forget, right? So what happens if we put in a 40-hour week? Oh, man, bro, you're Apple. You just made money because remember, we did all this at 32 hours. Why did I do it 32 hours? So you don't have to stress. Otherwise, if we did this at 40, you'd be like, damn, bro, I only work 32. I'm screwed. I don't want you to be screwed. I want you to be like, bro, that's why I got my new car. That's why I got my new truck. That's why I can afford stuff, because we're doing it the real way we should be doing it without having an MBA, PhD, FHD, AHA, I don't care what, mathematical, blah, blah, blah. We're electricians. We're great at the trade. We suck at business. Take the business equation out of it. You just did, boom, sell, 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 sell. That's it. Now you can love on your clients. Oh, I'm so happy because I know what I'm going to price it. Now all I got to do is love on you, give you value. I don't have to worry. I don't have to say, well, okay, Jeff, well, you know what? Let me write all this down and I'll send you an email tomorrow. And all of a sudden you get busy tomorrow because you got an emergency call. And I'm like, where the hell's my estimate? And then the next day you woke up and you got a sore throat and you had to go to the doctor. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? Forget him. No, right there on the spot. Hey, Jeff, no problem. I want to take a look at it. Boom, 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 boom. Your total investment, $2,690. Okay, my paperwork. I'll get started for you today. Nobody else is doing that, Pablo. I'd say 7 out of 10 people are not selling on the spot. They go, okay, I'll text you, I'll email you back because they're afraid to sell. They're afraid to tell customers how much things cost. You know why I'm not afraid? Because I know the 2 people that get screwed. It's the 2 middle fingers.
Yeah.
So, so what do I do when they do? Now, what do I do though when they do say? Now, I told you you win. You could take the 200, but you know what I do? 4 reasons people say no, and I know we have to wrap this up. Number 1, they don't like the way you look. You got Satan written on your forehead. You got some tattoos. You got some, you got, I don't know, whatever.
Appearance, yeah. Appearance. The appearance that doesn't, yeah.
Appearance. I mean, let's be honest. I got small kids. You walk in here with gang tattoos, or you walk in all crazy looking, or smelly, dirty, stinky. I don't know. I don't care what your price is. You ain't coming in. Second reason, hey, you know what? I just got laid off. I got 3 kids. I'm living on food stamps. I just can't afford it. The number one reason. Oh, Pablo, $2,000. Ooh, that just seemed like a lot. We know that. Yeah, Jeff, you know what? You're right, but don't worry about it. Hold on. I did this marketing course from the 360Electrician. I'm just kidding. I go, but you know what? I know I don't have this coupon in your area, but hey, I got a $50 coupon. I want to offer it to you. I know it's not a ton of money, but hey, $50 is $50. Here's your free floor mats. Buy the car. Sign here. Oh, 50. Yeah, that. Dude, I'm not joking. I've sold $25,000 jobs back then with a $20 coupon. Laughing. Do not hurt me. I can't do much. I did everything I could, but hey, I got a $20 coupon. $20 is $20. I take it. They want to do the work. They don't want to call 7 people. Okay. 4th reason. Oh, $2,000. Oh man. Oh wait, that was the 3rd reason, right? Nope. The 4th reason sounds like the 3rd reason. Oh, it costs too much. Oh, well, no problem. I have a coupon. Oh, still not good enough. Oh, well, I'll meet you in the middle. Still not good enough. Oh, wait, Pablo, wait a minute. It sounds like either you have a strict budget or did you get another quote? Oh, yeah, Jeff, I got another quote. I was hoping you were going to match it. Well, what's your quote? Oh, 1,800. Okay, we're at 2,000. That's at 1,800. I go, well, why don't we just split the difference and let's do it for 1,900. If they say yes, you know why they said yes? 2 reasons. Like you, maybe. What's the number 1?
Yeah.
What's number 1? The other guy was number 1. I don't care what the guy priced him. He priced it low because he knows he ain't getting jobs because he looks like shit or smells like shit. So why should I stoop down to him? You know what the second reason is? That you're so that's the number 1 reason why you're still in the game. The second reason, you know why they went with you probably? It could be that guy smelled good, smelled great. He's at 1,800. But you know why he split the difference and went with you? Because you said, if you okay my paperwork, I can get started as soon as today.
That's what
Damn, you have to know these things, Pablo. You have to know. Yes. You know it with experience, or you need to read the books. You have to do the thing. I'm going to do group coaching for sales. Sales group coaching for electrical contractors. I sold $1 million in 2005 was the last year I worked for everybody else. I sold $1 million of in-home service electrical repairs, recessed lights, small remodels, nothing big, no big construction, $1 million. I saw an average of 3 customers every single day with my company, and I would sell an average of 2 out of 3 every single day. And I've heard it all. I've seen it all, from Beverly Hills billionaires to, food stamp, welfare, whatever you call it. I've seen it all.
Gotcha.
So that's super important. The way we talk, the way we present it, the way we give value is what's going to get you the job. Value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pablo, you gotta be nice.
Been in sales. Yeah, I was in sales for like 6 months, but the company was trash, man. Like here in Florida, it's a lot of it's a lot of things. Like that's why you said go up to 30. So see if you can find someone decent, because out here, man, it's just Everybody got convicts, like ex-coms, a lot. Like I don't know. It's just the culture is a little bit different. That's why I'm kind of like I got you that you got to go up to $30 to see if you can find someone decent because people out here is
absolutely. Pablo, I know we covered a ton of stuff. I mean, I know I talked a lot on it. That's why you got the recording. I mean, did you get the value? Do you understand this now? Like, you never have to do pricing again, dude. You are so set. And the magic was the last point. You go walk in, you know how many hours or days you charge by the day. Again, half day, full day, and then 125, 225, 320, whatever you want on your hourly. If it's under a half a day, do it however you feel comfortable. But I bill everything half day, full day, or 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. Imagine you get an apartment building. You go room by room and you say, this room's going to take between rough, finish, and it's going to take 3 days. You got 10 units. That's 30 days. 30 times 1,000 is 30,000. Okay. Quickly. Helper. How much are we going to pay a helper? $20 an hour? How much is a helper? Okay.
Yeah. I would say,
for the helper, 10 for Uncle Sam, 10 for you, 10 for the chop. $50 you're going to charge an hour. So that's $400 a day you're going to charge for the helper. Minimum.
Okay. So that makes $50 an hour plus 125. That's 175.
Correct. And 175 times 8 is 1,400. Easy math. 14, 28, 32, 46, 6. You can do the math on that easily too. A day and a half, 2,100. Easy.
So it'll be 175 times, whatever hours.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it that way too.
Yeah, 175. It's a good start, though.
It's a great number.
Yeah, it's a
great number. You're gonna make a ton of money. Do the math. I mean, again, if you and a helper, you just made $10 off your helper. You're gonna make 25 off you. You're making 30 off you, 25 for your Bezos. You're making 15 because you're the person answering the phone, and $10 for that kid. That's 8. If you got 8 times 8 billable hours, that's $640 a day, Pablo. Times 5 days is 3,200. Times 4 weeks, it's 12,800. Times an average of, 11 months out of the year if you do total. I mean, you're making 125, 150,000, which is what you should be making as a one-man show with a helper. But trust me, across the country, people are barely making 100 to 110 average. It's because they're not pricing right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. I think I know, like, I know what it costs. Like, I've been through so many different installs and seen how much people or new employees that do it for cheaper fucked everything. So I always kind of like, I know sometimes like that you just gotta, just respect, because your quality. So once you start standing out, it pays off, because people, he fixed it.
Remember,
this guy charged me 600. He never fixed it. He came here, charged me for the hour. He fixed it in a couple of, and then he explained me. He had the value. So I know that those things. It's just, like, I was kind of like knowing certain price, but like you always need a mentor. This day, that's how. So where you stand.
For me, because you're starting, we don't know everything, but now you have a game plan. You know where everything needs to go, so you can just reevaluate it. There's no magic sauce in this. Again, I don't want you as the Jeff Bezos to put $100, because now you're going to be a $250. Who's going to hire you? You're basing it on, Jeff, I'm going to be a 4-man show by the end of next year. Okay, start higher and then bring your salary down as you multiply, because you're getting multiple income from each one, right? And don't do what everybody else does, where my dad and my grandparents. What do you mean? I don't have employees. You do it yourself. Like, I don't want to hire anybody. No, you got to work smarter. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You can't. I just did a video that said you can't build an empire with being one person, like, alone. Oh, there's no such thing as a one-man empire, right? No. You can't build that. You have to have employees help you.
Yeah,
there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. All right. Any other quick questions before we wrap up? I know we went way over, but that's okay.
So with the material, do you add any percentage on material? Like when you, let's
I
say,
do under $5,000, then I do 20%. Under $5,000, I do a number. I mean, think about it. If you change 5 dimmers, that's it's $25 a dimmer. It's $125. I would double that. I would charge $250. So that's 100% markup. So the lower the number, the higher the percentage. But I don't usually. I just put a dollar.
under $5,000, you said 20%.
No, over 5,000, then I start charging 20%. So if I have parts that are 1,800 on material, I'd probably charge 2,500 for the material. It depends on the customer. That I can't coach you on. It all depends on where you need to be on the sale. Because remember, you're making your money on the labor. You got to make money on the material as well.
Yeah.
So if you got customers that kind of pin you on the labor, then you up your material costs because they don't know what it costs.
Yeah.
A lot of times when they want to break, yeah. A lot of times when people want to break, I try to tell them, well, let's go ahead and change it to, let's not put 2 dimmers, or let's cut 2 recessed lights, or I try to do it that way if they really are getting cheap. I don't want to take it off my money. I'm going to take it off your job. And a lot of times they'll be like, no, let's keep it. Give me, okay, fine, let's do it. That's what usually ends up happening.
Because, that's the only thing, like under like what, like percentage of in the material that you're going to add. Because I know you add, like some people, it's between 20 or 30%.
That's nothing. Look, if it's a $300 job, 20% is $60. I mean, $300 in parts, that's $60. You warranty it for a full year. I mean, $300 in material, I would probably put it to $500, $490 to $490. Like if it was $850 labor, and you have $100 in parts, I'm not going to put $200 and get to $1,050. I'm going to put $970. You know what I'm saying? I'd add $50 to the parts, $40 to the parts, whatever I think my sale is at. So remember, if you have $650 in labor and you have $200 in material, you're at $850. You could easily put $400 on that, $40 on that 200, make it 20%, and get the sale because you're comfortable with it. You're looking at the client. This is not going to be $1,000 job. They're going to freak out. Don't let it psychologically freak you out. This is like reality-wise, right? You're there and it's a senior citizen. Are you really going to get? And they're not well. It's not like they're rolling in Social Security. You have to price it like you got to get the $600 for the labor. Material is kind of your gravy. You got to make money on it, obviously, because there's a lot of attrition and stuff like that. But look, like if you say, oh well, this is a half a roll of Romex, but I charge her for a full roll. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that because that's a margin. And then put 20% on the whole thing. So it's up to you. There's so many different ways to do it. I teach my guys that unless it gets to a $5,000, because that's $1,000 in profit on your material, I tell them put a dollar amount. And so they've been really leveling up. If you change 4 GFIs at $16, but there's an odds a GFI goes bad, how are you going to make up for that? So I usually would double it. I'll put 100% margin on it. $60, I'll make it 120.
Gotcha.
Or what's even better is I don't charge hourly or anything. I just say, oh, you have 4 GFIs. GFI's standard book price is $129 per GFI. And now you don't have to do crap because now that $60 in parts, right? You're making 4 times 129, and your labor is only 2 hours. So you should have been at 3 something, but you're really now at 480. You see the value? Isn't it smarter to sell it by the piece at that point? Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $129. That includes the GFI itself and a 1-year full warranty on it. So if anything happens to it, that's my problem, not your problem. What's going to happen to a GFI?
All right.
So material is kind of you have people that say 100% minimum. Dude, if I have $2,000 in parts, how the hell are you going to charge $4,000 on a kitchen remodel? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. It's not. You make money, but you have to play that role. You have to see where you're comfortable with it. Sometimes go a little higher, and if they complain, bring that price down. You where you charge for it. Yeah. I just kind of know because I know what I sell it, and it's that confidence level. Because I know I can sell this for $1,120, and I'm making $200 on the parts. I sell it at that because I've sold it 100 times. Sales is a lot of confidence. You know that. It's psychological.
Yeah.
They don't know what things cost. They know an electrician's not cheap. Just remember that.
Yeah. And they especially here, after the hurricane, they know how much we can value to the society now.
That's
the
it.
2 year game.
And
So
look, call around and say, hey, look, you know what? The going rate's 175 an hour. We charge 150. And the reason we do that is before prices got hiked and jacked, we have great customers, and my goal is to have you for life. If I can get another job from you charging less, don't I make more money? Of course I do.
Yep.
I don't want to once. I always tell everybody, I want you to be my electrician for life. All right, I'm going to stop recording because that thing's going way too long. It's going to take a long time to process.